go, putting a little bit more decor on the farm. You could say our paintbrush is out painting today. Really what I want to show you guys is a little project that my daughters and I have started here on the farm. This little spot right where these 3 bricks are is an area where we thought we'd do something that'd be beneficial more to our faith. So we went to Menards and we bought, I don't know, 70 of these guys, maybe 73 or 74, I can't remember. They're just a paver brick that can make a circle. And I bought enough to do what I hope to be a nice grotto for the farm. And what I did is I put the first layer down after we smoothed out and balanced everything and made it level on this little gravel spot. I kind of want to put something here because all there is a water spigot sticking out in the middle of nowhere. And my wife and I decided, you know, it's time to do something on the farm for our faith. So we grabbed some Loctite PL 500 landscape construction adhesive. It's a pretty nice product to work with. And then we glued the first layer down and kind of put our grotto statue in place and checked it out to make sure we liked it. And, you know, it was really just kind of a simple project that day. Cut some rebar for the center because instead of setting it on a rock base, which would definitely drain water, we kind of wanted to make it look as nice as we could. You know, it's an expression of effort, I guess, if you want to think about it. So once we got the first layer down, had it compacted, had it level, made sure it's the way we wanted, then we offset the bricks, and my daughters and my bride, they just started going to town. Each layer's glued on, and we have a Holy Family grotto that we're doing here, and that's going to be in the center, and we placed it in there a couple different times to kind of get the idea of height and making it what we wanted. And then we're going to put a couple of guardians on each side, and we're going to make it nice. Now, I'm concerned about water because we are pouring concrete, and in this area we have clay substrate, even though it's on a gravel top base. So I'm going to put a drain in it to let it drain out. I think that would probably be beneficial in the turf that I'm in. And again, if you just built this with the with the pavers and just rocked the center of it and set your statues on rocks, I don't think you'd have too much issue either. But I thought I'd really put the effort into it. So we punched ourselves a hole underneath the paver bricks after they've dried. So this is actually technically day 2. And we put ourselves a PVC weep drain in and got it sticking out the backside the way we want, and it's running to the downhill. So if water does get in this, it should be able to vacate its way out. I think that'll work out real well, and we'll get that covered up some as we get it done. And then we grabbed concrete. And before I poured the concrete, I decided that I really didn't want the concrete getting in the cracks of the pavers and then henceforth possibly causing some issue. I know in the past I've poured some aprons and stuff up against garages, and I always like to have a little felt between the apron and the garage, so if it ever goes up or down, it doesn't, grab the garage. So I did the same thing here. I took some duct tape and I taped pieces of it inside, making a complete barrier from the bricks where the concrete's going to be against it, so that way if the piece of concrete does want to move, it can go up and down, and it also doesn't leach its way into the holes of the pavers, which then with frost and movement could cause issue. So I really tried to build this as sturdy as I possibly could, even though I'm not, a masonry expert by any means. So I'm out here on a cold day. It's about 40 degrees, but hey, that's fall for you. I probably should have done it sooner, but we were blessed with some deer meat and some other projects that I needed to get done. So it's just kind of the way it went. The paver bricks, I think all in all, because it's the end of the season and they were on sale, I think we were pushing about, I want to say about $200 to get them. The statues that we invested in came out from a gentleman, I believe, down in Texas, and he got them made for us. I want to say we're out $50 for each of the little ones, and almost $200 with shipping for the big one. Concrete was, I think, 3 bags at a couple bucks a pop there. So all in all, folks, call it, $300 on the statue end and, $225 on the brick end. So it's a $500-600 project, but I think it's well worth it. We mixed up the concrete in half batches in 5-gallon pails so I could pour it in, getting it underneath some rebar just to give it some strength. I basically put the rebar kind of in a star pattern and just use my trowel and just try to move it around. It's really nothing massive. The depth, I decided that I wanted to get over that 4-inch mark. I was concerned that if I didn't, Minnesota winters up here, which are kind of brutal, could really bust it to pieces. I understand concrete cracks, and a crack I can handle, but many cracks, that would just be disappointing on something I'm doing for our faith and our family here. So anyways, it's the way it went. It took numerous pails of it because we're doing half batches at a time so we can mix it properly. And I kept it a little thicker towards the end here just because it was starting to get a little wet on the top. So kind of changed my method. This happens to be a concrete that is made for a little bit colder temps. It has a salt base to it, I believe, which helps speed up its curing process. But I did the best I could. Again, I'm not a expert on the old masonry craft, but I have learned a lot in pouring aprons and garage floors and barn floors and shop floors. So I just took my time and really tried to work the stones down into it, get the top as smooth as I could for this situation. And then what I tried to do is kind of pull it all to the front, so I had a nice drainage back to my weep hole there. And then you know, we're gonna stamp once it gets firm enough. We'll stamp the year date in it because there's quite the possibility with a structure like this that it'll outlast me, and you know, future generations may come and find themselves giving thanks and saying a prayer and, you know, respecting the Holy Family as we did, and maybe at that time it'll be something special to them that, you know, Grandpa or somebody made, like myself. Doing it kind of for the long haul, really. We're working it out, trying to make it as nice as I can here. Get the trowel on it, really get it smoothed up, really kind of work those rocks down, just take my time. Even though the weather's cold, it's what it is. I'll probably put a great big moving blanket over this for the first few nights and just really solid it up. And then once it gets solid enough, my goal is to set the Blessed Family in the center of it. And then I'm actually going to take the Guardians, which my kids have filled with sand to make them very heavy, and put them on the sides. And I think that is going to look really cool. I kind of came up with the brick design for the grotto, and my wife really kind of came up with more of the statue look and when we were purchasing it and buying it. So here I'm just trying to get the leveling aspect of it right, but it turned out nice. So it's setting up. It's not quite set enough that I can punch the year date in it, but I will. I'll get it in there. You'll see it here in a minute. But it's looking great. We'll wrap this up and come back to it. All right, we're about 5 days later. It's still not completely cured because of the temperature, but it's good enough that we can set the statues on it at this point. Get the Blessed Holy Family there in the center, and that'll be the focus of the grotto right off the bat, which I think we're all going to like. And then to each side, like I said, we're going to put the guardian angels. We chose ones that were in the line or realm of St. Michael's. We like the swords in them, just from the spiritual concept. And then our goal will be is on Monday, we'll get this blessed by one of our local priests. We really like how it turned out, folks. We just finished it up here, and as I finish it up, the sun comes out in the evening, puts a little light on it for my video. How nice is that? Just really pretty. Don't do a lot of decorating on the farm. I'll admit that. We're pretty plain Jane, white roofed, red barn, white house. You know, everything is pretty simple and basic. We bleed red and green on the tractors, and that's about it, you know. But this was a little bit of decor. I like it. You see the weep hole, how it turned out there. Covered up a little bit of gravel, but should work great. The blocks are all nice and solid together as the PL 500 is really kind of gripped in at this point, being it's been almost 5 days on that. The year date stamped in it. It says 23 there in the front. and it should look excellent. I'm real pleased with how it turned out. Very simple project to make, folks. If you want to do something for your faith in your house, I'd highly recommend it with a statue of the Blessed Mary or the Holy Family or Christ, whatever works best for you. Thanks for watching, folks.